Have you ever felt like you were meant for something greater, but couldn't explain why? Maybe there's a quiet voice inside you, a feeling that life has more to offer, that success, abundance, freedom are not just dreams, but something real, something waiting for you. If you're a Pisces, this isn't your imagination, because Pisces are not ordinary people chasing ordinary goals. You are visionaries, dreamers, creators, and whether you realize it or not, the way you think, feel, and connect to the world is already guiding you towards success. But here's the surprising truth. Most Pisces don't know how powerful they really are. Why? Because your gifts are invisible. Intuition, empathy, imagination. These things don't show up on a resume, but they're your greatest assets on the path to wealth. In this video, we're going to uncover the 18 hidden reasons why Pisces have the potential to become not just successful, but truly prosperous. We'll explore your emotions, your fears, your inner strengths, and how these secret forces shape your destiny every single day. So, if you're ready to understand yourself in a deeper way, if you're curious why your unique soul is designed for abundance, stay with me. And hey, if this resonates with you already, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with a fellow Pisces. Your journey starts right now. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly sensed the mood without anyone saying a word? Maybe you've felt it too, that quiet knowing, like you can read people's hidden emotions before they even open their mouths. If you're a Pisces, this probably sounds familiar. You've been doing it your whole life, even if you never understood why. But what if I told you that gift is more than just empathy? It's a powerful tool, one that can shape your success in ways most people never realize. Pisces have a special ability to read people's motives, not just their words, not just their actions, but what lies underneath. Imagine walking into a business meeting, or even a casual conversation, and picking up on subtle shifts, body language, energy, that micro-expression someone tries to hide. And from that, you sense what they're really after. This isn't magic, it's intuition. But for Pisces, it feels like second nature. This ability helps you spot genuine connections and avoid people who would lead you astray. It lets you form alliances, not based on what people say, but who they truly are. In a world driven by surface-level networking, your depth gives you an edge. Now, think about how powerful that is in business. Imagine choosing the right partner, the right client, the right investor, not because they look good on paper, but because you feel their energy aligns with yours. This isn't just strategy, it's survival. And for Pisces, it's natural. But your power doesn't stop there. Your emotional sensitivity is another quiet strength. You feel people's needs, their struggles, their hidden desires, long before they find the words. This can make you a powerful creator, a marketer, a leader, because you're not selling products, you're connecting to emotions, you're solving unspoken problems. Think about your favorite artists, your favorite storytellers. Often, they're not logical strategists. They're people who understand how to touch a human heart. And that's what you, as a Pisces, do best. You sense what others long for, and you know how to give it to them. In practical life, this shows up everywhere. Maybe you're the friend everyone confides in. Maybe clients say things like, "I feel like you just get me." That's not luck, that's your gift, and it can be your path to wealth, if you trust it. But here's something most Pisces don't realize. Beneath your emotional wisdom, there's a silent fear driving you. It's the fear of being trapped. Pisces need freedom like air. You may not admit it, you might not even recognize it, but deep down, you fear being confined. Whether it's in a job that drains your soul, a relationship that limits your growth, or a life that feels too small for your dreams, this fear isn't a weakness, it's a motivator. It's what pushes you to chase financial freedom, to imagine new possibilities, to dream of a life where you can create. love, explore, without limits. Maybe you've caught yourself thinking, one day I'll quit this job. Or, I wish I could just start my own thing. That's not random. That's your soul calling for space to breathe. And wealth, for you, isn't about status. It's about freedom. That's why money matters. Not for the cars, not for the houses, but because it can buy you the space to become who you really are. But here's the catch. Many Pisces don't know how to channel that fear. Instead of using it as fuel, they let it become anxiety, overthinking, drifting between dreams without direction. So here's my advice. Stop seeing that fear as the enemy. Let it guide you. Every time you feel stuck, listen to what your soul is telling you. That need for freedom is not a weakness. It's your inner compass. Now, let's go deeper. Pisces are reflective by nature. You think, you question, you feel everything deeply, but sometimes that reflection turns into self-doubt, into hesitation. You wonder, am I doing the right thing? Am I being selfish? What if I fail? But reflection, when used wisely, can be your greatest tool, because every time you pause, every time you look inward, you're refining your goals. You're peeling away the noise and getting closer to your truth. I want you to imagine something. Picture yourself standing on the edge of a vast ocean. You're holding a compass. Every time you reflect, every time you ask those difficult questions, you're not getting lost. You're recalibrating. You're realigning to your inner direction. Pisces don't follow straight lines. Your path curves like water, but every moment of introspection helps you flow toward where you truly belong. So, the next time you find yourself doubting, don't fight it. Listen. Let your self-questioning become your strength. Because unlike others who charge ahead blindly, you're aligning with your deeper emotional blueprint. And once your soul is aligned, there's no limit to where you can go. Lastly, let's talk about something many Pisces don't like to admit. The fear of rejection. It's something that hides beneath your calm surface. You want to be understood. You want to be accepted. And deep down, you worry that your ideas, your creations, even your love, might be too much, too different, too strange. But here's the paradox. That fear, it pushes you. It fuels your desire to create something beautiful, something perfect, something undeniable. You want to share your soul, but you also want it to be so polished, so meaningful, that no one can reject it. This fear can be painful. It can make you hesitate, procrastinate, overthink, but it can also drive you to excellence. Many Pisces become masters of their craft, not because they're naturally confident, but because they're quietly afraid. And that fear, that vulnerability, makes your work real. It makes your offerings human. And that's what draws people to you. So, instead of hiding from your fear of rejection, let it sharpen you. Let it inspire you to refine your work, not for perfection's sake, but because your heart deserves to be heard. Your ideas deserve to be seen. And remember, every great artist, every successful leader, every visionary felt the same fear. They just chose to keep creating anyway. So should you. Have you ever wondered why your dreams feel so big, yet somehow so real? As a Pisces, your idealism isn't just about escaping reality. It's your deepest truth trying to break through. You don't chase money for the sake of money. You don't create just to impress others. You dream because you're trying to build something that feels meaningful, something that matters to your soul. Maybe you've noticed it. You start a project not because it's profitable, but because it feels right. You help people not because it's good business, but because your heart tells you to. That's not a weakness. That's your compass. Your natural idealism pushes you forward, not toward the easiest success, but toward the kind that actually fulfills you. But here's the secret most Pisces don't hear enough. Your dreams can become reality, but they won't if you keep telling yourself it's just an idea. Every big company, every invention, every movement. It all started with someone who dared to believe their vision mattered. And your vision matters too. The daydreaming you do, the nights where you lie awake picturing a better life, that's not wasted time. It's how your mind rehearses your future. It's where your ideas are born. When others see you lost in thought, they think you're drifting. But inside, you're building, planning, feeling your way forward. So the next time someone says, "You're dreaming too much," smile, because you know that's how you work. Just remember, daydreams only become real when you take the first small step. And here's something you may not have noticed about yourself. When life gets hard, when the road seems blocked, you don't force your way forward. You flow around obstacles, like water. It's not because you give up. It's because, deep down, you know there's always another way. Maybe you've quit a job that drained you, left a relationship that dimmed your light, or changed your entire path because your heart whispered, "This isn't it." That's not failure. That's adaptability. Your ability to pivot, to change direction, isn't weakness, it's wisdom. In a world that tells you to push harder, work longer, and fight for everything, your gentle way can seem strange, but it's powerful. Because while others exhaust themselves forcing doors open, you find the open window no one else noticed. Trust that. When something feels wrong, it probably island. When something feels right, move toward it. Even if it doesn't make sense to others. Your path isn't straight, but it will always lead you home, if you let it. Now, let's talk about something deeper. Have you ever felt torn between your emotions and your logic? One moment, you're dreaming big. The next, doubt creeps in. You want security, but you crave freedom. You long for connection, yet fear being trapped. This constant inner dialogue isn't chaos, it's your strength. It's how you balance yourself. Your heart dreams, your mind questions, and together, they lead you somewhere unique. While others live only in logic or only in feelings, you live between the two. And that's why your ideas can be both visionary and practical, both beautiful and sustainable. Think about that business idea you've been hesitating to start, or that creative project you've been hiding in a folder. You feel it has potential, but fear it might fail. That's okay. That's your dual nature at work. Let both sides speak. Let your emotions dream. Let your mind build the plan. You don't have to choose one or the other. You are both. And here's a truth most people never understand. Your relationship with money isn't just about numbers. It's spiritual. To you, money isn't just cash in a bank account. It's energy. Freedom. A tool to shape your life. That's why chasing money for its own sake never satisfies you. You need wealth to feel purposeful, connected, aligned with your soul. That's why some Pisces struggle financially. Not because they're lazy, but because chasing money without meaning feels like a betrayal of their spirit. But once you shift your mindset, everything changes. Start seeing money as energy flowing in and out of your life. When you give freely, you open channels for abundance to return. When you spend intentionally, you feel empowered. When you invest in things that nourish your soul, your wealth grows in every sense of the word. Maybe you've noticed, when you help others from the heart, opportunities seem to appear. When you trust yourself, the right doors open. That's not coincidence, it's alignment. So stop fearing money, stop seeing it as something dirty or disconnected from your purpose. Treat it as sacred, as a reflection of how much you're honoring your own dreams. Because when your heart and your wallet align, you'll discover a wealth deeper than you ever imagined. And the journey doesn't stop here. In the next part of this video, we'll explore how your empathy, your hidden fears, and your deepest emotional needs can become the very tools that lead you to abundance. Stay with me, because the last 3 insights may be the most surprising and the most powerful of all. Have you ever found yourself solving a problem, not by thinking harder, but by feeling your way through it? That's something most people don't understand about Pisces. you don't just solve problems with logic, you solve them with heart, with empathy. You feel what others are struggling with before they even speak. And that gives you a hidden advantage. Imagine being in a room full of people trying to fix a problem. They analyze, they debate, but you listen differently. You listen to the silence between their words. You sense the fear behind the question. You feel the frustration they don't dare to admit. And then, without forcing it, the answer comes to you. Not because you overthink, but because you understand. In business, in friendships, in life, this empathy makes you a natural problem solver. While others focus on numbers, you focus on people, and people are what drive everything. Products, services, ideas, they all exist to serve human needs. Your ability to sense those needs is a gift that can lead you to real success. So don't underestimate your emotional wisdom. It's not a distraction. It's your superpower. And there's something else many Pisces don't realize. You're not just connected to people, you're connected to the energy of the world itself. You feel collective shifts, trends, unspoken moods moving through society. You may not always explain it, but you sense when change is coming. Have you ever had a strange feeling that something big is about to happen, and then it does? Or found yourself drawn to a new idea or technology just before it becomes mainstream? That's not coincidence. That's your sensitivity to collective energy. And in today's fast-changing world, that's a powerful advantage. You're able to position yourself at the front of new waves, not because you follow trends, but because you feel them forming. This can guide your business decisions, your creative projects, even your career moves. Trust those instincts. When the world is shifting, you'll feel it first. And that's your sign to act. But being this sensitive also means you avoid conflict. You dislike confrontation. Maybe you've stayed silent to keep the peace, or backed down from expressing your needs because you didn't want to hurt someone. It's natural for you. But here's where your quiet nature hides a secret strength. Because you avoid direct conflict, you've learned to influence in subtle ways. You know how to guide people gently, how to suggest instead of demand, how to plant ideas without forcing them. This makes you a powerful leader without needing to be loud. Leadership isn't always about giving orders. Sometimes the most effective leaders are the ones who inspire without pressure, who lead through example, who create an energy that people naturally want to follow. Think about the people you admire. Chances are, they didn't force their way into your heart. They earned your trust quietly. That's how you work, too. Use that. You don't have to change your nature to succeed. You can lead in your own way, by being authentic, by being kind, by influencing with compassion, not control. And here's something personal, something many Pisces need to hear. You don't have to do everything alone. Because you're so sensitive, so intuitive, you often feel safer relying on yourself. You understand your vision, you trust your own feelings, and sometimes it's just easier not to explain yourself to others. But that's a limitation you don't need. One of your greatest strengths is your ability to trust. When you let the right people in, when you choose collaborators who share your vision, you multiply your power. Delegating doesn't mean giving up control. It means expanding your reach. Think about the dream you're carrying right now. Maybe it's a business idea, a creative project, a personal goal. Now ask yourself, why are you carrying it alone? What if you invited someone trustworthy to help? What if you let their skills fill the gaps where you feel tired? What if you trusted them to help you bring your vision to life? This isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Building a team doesn't dilute your dream, it magnifies it. You're not here to struggle in silence. You're here to share your gifts and let others support you in the process. Because no one successful got there alone, and neither should you. What if everything you've been searching for is already within you, and all you need is to trust yourself enough to share it? In the next part of this video, we'll explore something even deeper. Because the final insights are not just about strategy, they're about healing old wounds, about facing fears you've carried for years, and about understanding why your greatest challenges might be the very reason you're destined for success. Stay with me. The next 3 truths could change the way you see yourself forever. Let's pause for a moment and ask something simple, but important. Do you trust your own moral compass? You might not think about it often, but deep inside, Pisces have an inner voice guiding them. You can feel when something is right, when something is wrong. It's like your soul whispers to you, even if you don't always listen. This inner sense of what's ethical, what's fair, what's aligned with your heart, is more powerful than you realize. Because here's the truth: wealth without integrity feels empty to you. You don't want to win if it means losing yourself. And that's what makes you different. You're not chasing success for the image or the validation. You're chasing it because you believe you can build something good, something meaningful, something honest. And that's why you're destined to succeed. People feel when someone's authentic, when someone's heart is in the right place. And in a world full of noise and deception, your quiet honesty becomes your strongest brand. So trust that voice, let it guide your decisions. Build your business, your art, your career, not just on strategy, but on soul. Because success built on integrity doesn't just feel good, it lasts. Now, let's explore something even deeper: your compassion. Maybe you've felt this before. You're working hard, trying to focus, and then someone comes to you, needing help, needing comfort, and you drop everything to listen, to care, to give. To others, this might look like a distraction, but to you, it's who you are. Compassion isn't something you do, it's something you are. But here's the secret most people miss: that compassion, it's not a weakness, it's a magnet. Every time you give, you create connection. Every time you help, you build trust. And every time you show kindness, opportunities find their way to you. Maybe not instantly, maybe not from the person you helped, but kindness plants seeds, and abundance grows where there's trust, respect, and genuine human care. So stop seeing your compassion as something that slows you down. See it for what it really is: a doorway, a pathway where people feel safe to connect with you, work with you, buy from you, invest in you. Because in business, in life, people follow those they trust, and compassion creates that trust faster than anything else. Now, let's turn inward. You're someone who feels deeply, who reflects constantly. You don't make decisions quickly, not because you're indecisive, but because you care. You want your choices to mean something. You want your life to feel authentic. But sometimes, that depth becomes doubt. Maybe you've stood frozen before a big decision, or changed your mind again and again, trying to find the perfect path. This introspection can feel heavy, like you're stuck inside your own mind. But what if I told you, this is not a flaw? Your need to reflect, to question, is actually what protects your soul. It's what keeps you aligned with your truth. Every time you pause to ask yourself, is this right for me? You're honoring your heart. Every moment you step back to feel, instead of rushing forward, you're avoiding a life that isn't yours. So here's my advice: don't rush that process. Don't let the world's pressure push you to act before you're ready. Let your introspection guide you. But know when to stop. When you've felt enough. When your heart is clear. When your soul says, this is right. And then, act. Even if it scares you. Even if it's not perfect. Trust that your inner work has prepared you. Your decisions don't need to look logical to others. They just need to feel honest to you. Because a Pisces who follows their inner wisdom is unstoppable. Now, let's talk about something that will stay with you long after this video ends. Your desire to grow. It's not about competition, not about proving yourself, but you at your core, are someone who never stops learning, never stops evolving, and this isn't because you're unsatisfied, it's because your soul craves expansion. Think about it. You're always seeking a new skill, a new idea, a new experience, not because you need more, but because you are more. Growth is your nature. In your career, this means you adapt faster than most. You embrace change, you explore possibilities, and that's why you stay ahead. In life, this makes you a seeker, a questioner, someone who looks beyond the surface to find deeper meaning. But here's the beauty of it. Every step forward, every lesson learned, every risk taken, it all adds up to more knowledge, more wisdom, more power to create the life you dream of. So never stop growing. Let your curiosity lead you. Because in a world where most people settle, you, Pisces, are meant to expand. And remember, your journey isn't about perfection, it's about progress. In the final part of this video, we'll unlock the last 3 secrets. They're the most personal, the most emotional, and for many Pisces, they might reveal the hidden reason why wealth and success have felt so distant, yet so close. Stay with me, because what comes next could change everything. Maybe no one told you this before, but you're a natural problem solver. Not because you're always logical, not because you know all the answers, but because you see things differently. While others get stuck in black and white thinking, you notice the space in between. You see angles others miss. You feel possibilities they don't. You solve problems by stepping outside of the usual patterns. You don't force answers. You allow them to reveal themselves. Maybe you've experienced this in your work. People around you overcomplicate things, but you sense a simpler way, a more human solution. It's not magic, it's your creativity and empathy working together. In life, this might look like people coming to you with their worries, because they trust you'll see something they can't. And you do, quietly, gently. You listen, you feel. And then, somehow, you offer a new perspective, not by giving advice, but by helping them understand themselves. This is how you create value in business, in relationships, in every part of your life. Solving problems isn't just about fixing what's broken. It's about creating new ways forward. And that is something you do naturally. But maybe you've doubted this gift. Maybe you've thought, I'm not practical enough, or I'm too emotional to succeed. But the truth is, your emotions are what help you solve real problems. Not surface-level problems, but human ones. And those are the problems people pay to have solved. Don't underestimate that. Your mind and heart, working together, are what will open doors others can't even see. And now, we're here. The final truth. One that might feel uncomfortable at first. But stay with me. Pisces often feel like outsiders, like no one fully understands them. Maybe you've felt this. In childhood, in relationships, at work, you try to explain your ideas, your feelings, your dreams, but people don't always get it. And over time, that can make you hide. You stop sharing, you doubt yourself. You wonder if maybe your dreams are too strange, too unrealistic. But here's the truth. That longing to be understood, that deep emotional need, is not something to suppress. It's a powerful force, one that, when you embrace it, can become your greatest tool for creating wealth and success, because that need drives you to connect, to create, to build something that speaks not just for yourself, but for everyone who feels like you. Every business you build, every piece of art you create, every story you share, it's your way of saying, this is who I am. Do you feel it too? And when you create from that place, people do feel it, because everyone, deep down, wants to be understood. And Pisces, you speak that language. So instead of hiding, share more. Tell your story. Build what's in your heart. Speak to those who need to hear your voice. Because your deepest wound Your fear of not being understood can become your greatest source of connection. And through that connection comes success, because wealth, at its core, is built on relationships, on trust, on authenticity, and you already have those within you. So, what does all this mean for you? Maybe you're starting to see yourself differently now, not as someone who's lost in dreams, but as someone who's quietly powerful, not as someone who's too emotional, but as someone whose heart is your greatest tool. Your path won't look like everyone else's, and that's okay. It's not supposed to, because you're not here to follow the usual path. You're here to create your own. And maybe, just maybe, that path leads to a kind of success deeper than money, a kind of wealth that fills your life, not just your wallet. But remember, it's not just about believing, it's about acting, one step at a time, one choice at a time. And if this video helped you feel seen, even just a little, then stay with me on this journey, because your story matters, and your success is waiting for you to claim it. If you found yourself in these words, if you felt something shift inside you, don't forget to subscribe, not just for me, but for you, because this channel is where your journey can continue. Like the video if your heart feels lighter now. Share it with someone who needs to hear this, and leave a comment below. Tell me your story. I'll be reading. There's so much more I want to share with you. So many hidden truths about your sign, your soul, your potential. And trust me, the next videos will take you even deeper. Until then, remember this. You were never too soft. You were never too strange. You were always enough. And you are meant to shine.